What the fuck was that?
Why you so upset, man?
I just witnessed one of the dumbest superhero deaths in fucking TV history, bro. Come on!
I need to hear your reaction.
All right, listen.
You're getting a bit off topic here, sir. All right.
Because that's rule number one.
Well, we didn't come to talk bad about the old people, today,
right?
Okay, we didn't come to do that. All right, I came to laugh at you. All right, so you stop redirecting.
Laugh at me. Oh.
You stop redirecting, damn it.
You brought it up.
I know.
I was enjoying. Listen, you can laugh at me all you want. I am enjoying my day. I'm guessing you're gonna laugh at my sports teams that I root for, which would include the Cubs, who suck, the Hornets, who might be the worst team, who are the worst team in the league right now for the NBA, and the worst franchise of all time in sports, and also the Denver Broncos. But listen,
it's pretty bad.
And the Florida Gators, who put up 3 points in that meaningless bowl game against whoever.
Go Gators.
I'm good. Listen, I know me rooting for the Hornets is more joke than anything because I'm not an NBA fan. I picked the Hornets because it was funny. And it is still funny. They were the worst team. I said, who's the worst team? I will root for them. It's the Hornets. The Hornets have never been good, and it never will be. So they're staying the course. Just like water is wet, the Hornets will suck. So that's fine. The Cubs, hey, they win championships, one every 108 years. So yeah, I'm good. I got the one out. The Broncos were disappointing, yes, but they fired the coach. Nathaniel Hackett, of course, couldn't hack it. They fired him, and now the coaching search is on. It could be a Harbaugh, it could be a Peyton. Vic Fangio may come back as the defensive coordinator, which would be great because our current defensive coordinator might be gone. They offered him the job of the interim head coach, and he turned it down. He's like, nah, I'm good.
No, I didn't know that. No.
Yeah, they offered him the job. Hey, you want to be interim head coach? And he said, no, I'm good. And they're like, well, shoot, we weren't expecting that. That would have fit our quota for a black guy. But hey, I guess we'll go with the old guy that Nathaniel Hackett hired to help him be a head coach. It's now the current coach of the Broncos. And his first game didn't look too bad with Russell Wilson. They only lost by, 3 points to the Kansas City Chiefs? But whatever.
Yeah.
So you can laugh all you want. I'm good.
You sound just PG about it, all right? Like you've made your lot here, and you decide that you're okay. I respect that.
Yeah, I'm good. Listen, I'm still riding the high of UNC ending Coach K's coaching career in a tournament, so I'm good off of that for a year or two. Even though UNC basketball sucks at the moment, but yeah, I'm good, man.
Best thing about sports is once you get older and you realize how silly you were when you were younger for letting it control your week-to-week emotions, you learn to enjoy it. You enjoy it. That's when I was younger, I would take sports very personally. I did not take it well when not when my team lost, but they lost like a big moment or they blew a game. And I'm from Atlanta, so that was all the time. I would take it badly because I would always think about all the bad things, all the mean things other people's fans was gonna say about me and my team. But then I realized that team doesn't pay me. Why am I taking it so personally?
Yeah.
You just grow up a little bit and you realize, what the fuck have I been doing this whole time? Letting the Falcons dictate my Sunday. That's dumb. I got a wife and kid. I'll go spend time with them.
Right.
You grow up. You're just like, what am I doing? What am I doing? What is this? This is pathetic. Come on. So I still enjoy sports, but I don't enjoy it as much as I used to. because I've just kind of grown up. Because once you see how, like, I know people legitimately, they take their personal identity from a team that doesn't pay them. And to
Right.
me, that's a bit pathetic. All right. It's like, that's not good. Don't do that. Like right now, like, okay, it's going well right now. I'm a UGA fan. Georgia Bulldogs. It's going well. Right? We're doing very good. But we got a lot of fans out there.
Hold on one second.
They personally identify.
I got to get a timestamp of how long it took you to bring them up. Where I need to.
Georgia Bulldogs. How about them dogs?
Here we go.
Disregard everything I just said.
Right.
This is great. No, I kid. No, but to be honest, there are a lot of people legitimately, they talk like they're part of the team.
Right.
And I don't ever want to get to that point, right? I enjoy the guys. I really love watching those kids grow and develop. So college sports is still like the last sport that I invest in emotionally, but it's because of watching the journey of the kids themselves, right? Watching the kid come in as a freshman, and maybe he didn't have it all figured out. And then by the time he graduates as a senior or a junior, by the time he goes to the NFL, he's this complete player, or he's grown as a person, or he's doing, what I mean? That's enjoyable for me. But man, you got guys, like, you got fans out there, they think Kirby should be paying me, all right? Because I should be out there with the guys, all right? I don't want to ever get to that point. I don't ever want to be that guy. So, yeah.
Listen, you're on your way.
Listen, man. I mean, do you want to talk about Ohio State national championship? You want to talk about it?
I mean, we can.
Did you have any thoughts on the game? Did you watch any of the playoff games?
No.
Oh, you did yourself a disservice, though. If you didn't watch any, you did yourself a disservice. I'll be honest, you did. Those games were phenomenal.
Listen, I don't know how I can explain it to you how much it does not mean anything to me. If my college football, like, my sport is NFL football. College football, and everything else, just even when the Gators are good, it's like,
it doesn't mean
man,
anything. You're right. Like, I remember that. Dude, I remember that year when you guys were pretty good when y'all had Kyle Pitts and you barely cared.
Yeah, I was
definitely right. You barely cared. I do remember that. You barely cared.
Yeah, listen, I'll root for them. I'll buy the jerseys and all that, but the only attachment I really have to a team to where it will affect me like that is the Broncos. And for a while this season it did, because, listen, I threw Ray that the last few years of stank with bad quarterbacks because I believed in Russell Westbrook.
Hey, it was a cheap trick they pulled on you, man. They pulled the rug out.
Yeah, Pete Carroll pulled a USC on us, and man, it's whatever. So when the college playoff happens and my team's not involved, I mentioned it in the group chat because y'all talk about it, but besides that, I really don't care. I am rooting for TCU. Not gonna lie.
Oh yeah. Everybody is.
And it's only because of y'all.
You listen. Wow. Hey,
I'm being honest.
You didn't watch. So listen. I'll go over a little bit. All right. 14 playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
You had Michigan. You had TCU. Michigan heavily favored over TCU. I never understood why. I've always thought Michigan was a paper tiger. Very Notre Dame-esque. All right. I've never believed in them. I'm sorry. I don't. If you're a Michigan fan out there, I'm sorry. Go Big Blue. Whatever you want to say. I don't believe it. I never believe it. And I'll never believe it until you do it.
Right.
Sorry. All right. TCU. So what do you know about TCU? Were you at least tracking like the story, like, how kind of improbable it was that they were even in this position? Everybody just knew once they lost. I think me and you both talked about that. Once they lost that first game, the playoff committee was going to be like, "Yeah, we go. We've been waiting on it."
Yeah, I thought they were going to get kicked out the top four because, it was a service to them that we put them in, type of deal. But they stuck around. Only thing I know about TCU is that the purple, I think the quarterback was one of the Heisman finalists, and they're not Georgia.
Oh yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
Listen. The first year Georgia won it, which was last year, I was rooting for Georgia. Wait, who'd y'all play?
We played Alabama last year, so it was easy to root for us. Yeah, it was easy.
Yeah, it was really a coin toss. But now that y'all are on top, I'm rooting for y'all to fall.
Yeah, I won't lie. It's weird being in the position. This will be the first championship game where we're clearly the bad guys. We're not the good guys in this story. It feels kind of weird because everybody's rooting against. I'm like, hey, what are you guys? Hey, come on, we're the Georgia Bulldogs, guys. We're still the same. It's still the same plucky story, and now it's not. We're not so plucky no more. It ain't underdog.
Yeah,
it ain't underdog no more. Yeah, it's. Yeah. Hey, Kirby's turned this thing into a full-blown empire. All right, I'm sorry. Listen, shit. All right.
Yeah, and that attitude right there. That attitude right there is why empire. Come on, take it. Hold on. Now. I mean, yeah.
We are in this scenario. We are playing the role of the empire. Okay, we represent the empire here.
Yeah,
we represent the Death Star that is the SEC. That's what we represent here.
Right.
But every other championship game we've been in has been against Alabama. 2017, us in Alabama. Well, hell, everybody roots against Alabama because Alabama is the empire. So then, us in Alabama last year, of course, everybody's rooting for us again. It's like, they finally did it. And now this year, we get there again, and it's like, oh, this ain't cute no more. But listen, to be fair to me, I told you that this is something. To be fair to me here, that other people that don't watch, I get other people don't watch other people's teams, but I really pay attention to like the landscape. I really pay attention to the history of college football. I pay attention to my team in particular, especially the recruiting aspect. What I'm trying to tell people is this. Man, we're going to be here for a long time. I'll just be honest about it. We're going to be here for a fucking while. I told you months ago, and you told me, as long as Kirby Smart's here, we're here.
Oh, okay.
That's where we're at. Like, that's where we're at, right, with the program. That's what he's done with the program. We're going to be here, right? We're going to be in the top 4, or whatever, top 12, right? We will be a championship contender for as long as he is here. Now, I don't know how long that'll be, right? No one knows the future. He's a young guy. He loves his family. Some people tend to believe that he's going to coach like Saban did. I don't see that. I think he cherishes his family time. So I think he'll go and he'll do his conquering for a little while. But I can see Kirby hanging it up at like 50, 51, 52 years old. Right. Because this job requires a lot. He's only 47. But, I'm cherishing this time right now because these are the best of times. But I've also lived through the worst of times, all right? So I deserve it, all right?
Hey, go for it.
All right? We lived the worst of times. I've been full circle here. But I did tell you months ago, and you told me I was putting up my pinky. I told you where this was going. I'm like, dude, you don't understand. Like, we're something else. Now people are finally starting to realize it, and they don't like it.
Hold on, you act like something's changed from the months ago. It's still the same season. Like,
well, yeah, but I kind of called champion. I called championship months ago.
Yeah,
and you told me I was putting my pinky up.
No, I was saying you put your pinky up. The attitude and way you've been saying things. That's where the pinky. Listen, I'm all for people celebrating their team and when their team's doing. I have no problem with that. And the only reason I root for TCU is because the group chat I'm in. Like, but also I'm also rooting for the SEC to win. So either way, to me, I'm gonna be good.
Said either way, I win. All right.
Yeah. Listen.
Well, look, it's just funny that now all of a sudden we're the bad guys. That's funny because the last 2 times we've been in this situation, we've had the wind at our back. Right. We've had the crowd behind us. Everybody was rooting for us, and now like it ain't some feel good story. Hell yeah, they finally overcame Alabama. Now it's like, oh, these guys are assholes.
Right. Yeah. Hey, that's how it goes.
Funny. It is. That is how it goes. And
Clemson started out like that.
I'm going to learn to embrace it.
Yeah. It's like, oh, Dabo Swinney, he wasn't even supposed to be a coach.
Yes,
great story.
That's exactly
like, okay.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, y'all need to calm down now.
Y'all overstand your welcome here.
Right.
Hey, you won your one championship. Then get the fuck out of here. And then he won another one. He won another one 2 years later. It was like, all right, okay.
Right. That's how it goes. But hey, whatever fuels your fire, I'm all for it. I'm for the chaos, but I'm also for the passion people have for the teams. Because I don't have it in college football. And listen, I won't say who, but when people start rooting for a team recently that they never rooted for, I tend I tend to be happy when that team loses because I'm like, what are you doing here? So so I was happy about that. But listen, I would have been. I don't know what have made me happier, when Georgia won, or if Ohio State won. I don't know what scenario would have made me happier, but either way, I was going to be happy because either the Bulldogs were going to get taken down, or Ohio State fans were going to be hurt. So it was a win-win for me. That's how I look at college football.
The weird part about you is you're a football guy. So, like, dude, how do you not watch I love a big time college football game that I have no emotional investment in. I love it because it's so fucking fun. Like, if you're not a football fan and if you're not a college football fan, or if you are a football fan but you aren't a fan of TCU versus Michigan, that was like the wildest, wackiest shit. It's like, well, what the fuck is going on, man? And like, if you're watching Georgia, Ohio State, and you don't have an emotional investment, it's so fun. It's pure fun. For me, it was torture. But like, if you're just from the outside looking in, it's so damn fun. It's like, yo, this is nuts. How's this shit gonna end? Like, this is crazy.
Yeah, man. I don't know. For one, I don't know, man. I'm just different, I guess. For one, I'm not a fan of high scoring games. I'm really not. So when what was it, like 50 something?
It was the TCU 45? Game was like fucking 45, 51.
Yeah. And listen, that number 51 just, it's just not good.
That game, listen, that game was fun. Well, but legitimately, that was bad football.
Well, right? I'm pretty sure didn't the Rams put up 51 on the Broncos recently?
Damn dog, did they?
I'm trying to, let's see. Right, 51-14. So it was bringing back flashbacks, recent flashbacks. So it just wasn't good. But I don't know. Even though the Broncos are out of it, the way it's all set up, everything's still connected, either because of draft orders or something like that. So when the Gators aren't involved and there's teams outside the conference playing, like this. It has no effect on Florida except for the fact that some kids will decide to leave or some kids will decide to come over. But like, there's more connection to everything for me with the NFL because there's only 32 teams, and even though you're out of it, draft order and
draft stuff is on the line.
Exactly. It's still important. When in college football, it's just, I don't know. It's just football at its purest, and maybe I'm not that pure of a football fan. Maybe I'm just a fan of football and everything that goes around it, not necesserally the game itself.
The transactional nature of it too. I got it. No, that's cool. I mean, look, different things make people tick. I personally, the just the pure raw emotion of college sports. One of the funnest games to this day, in my opinion, one of the classic games, is I think it was 2006. I think it was 2005 USC Notre Dame. Man, to this day, one of the funnest games I can never remember, man. That's the game where I think
is that the push game?
Line, they got behind and push him over the goal line, man. And at the time, you couldn't do that, but they didn't call it. It's just one of the greatest games I've ever seen, man. It's just so fun. College football to me is pure. That is definitely one of the sports I can sit down. As long as I know who's playing, I can watch. Now, if it's some weird, Mac at Night teams playing, I don't want to watch that.
Right.
But if it's two brands I know, I can watch and I can have fun. And it's just, it's so fucking fun. Now, this weekend, I was involved in one, and that shit almost died. Died.
What do you mean?
Well, Ohio State, Georgia. That shit almost killed me, man. That shit was it was rough. Hey man, I'm good. I'm good. I'm glad we pulled through, man. But that was a tough way to to watch a football game, bro. It was so intense. My chest was thumping. I'm glad I don't have an Apple Watch because they probably thought I would be dying or something like that.
Right. Hey, listen, I completely understand because the Cubs game 7 against I even forget who they were playing. I think it was Cleveland. Man, that game it went extra innings, and Joe Madden was pulling pictures. I'm like, what are you doing? We were up, we were down, man. I don't want to feel like this watching a sports game ever again.
That's the craziest part about baseball. Regular season, there's nothing more boring than regular season baseball.
Right.
But man, it's something about postseason baseball. When your team is win or lose, every at bat is filled with tension. It's so weird.
Yeah.
But it's something about postseason baseball. It's stressful. And then I said, like you said, if it's your team, it's too much. It's like, no, I can't do this.
Yeah.
I can't watch this. No, man, it's too much.
Yeah, I'm like, oh
y'all
my
tell
God.
me how it is.
Yeah, I became like a savant at baseball, and in those last 20 minutes, I knew everything. I was like, no, you don't pull the pitcher out at this time. What are you doing? Oh my gosh, it's tied up. It's because you pulled the pitcher earlier, and that's because you didn't give him rest the day before because you're a relief player. I was like, oh my gosh, I thought I was dying, and then the Cubs ended up winning. It was a huge relief. And I was like, I never want to experience that again, and they sucked ever since. So it might be
never want to do that again. Hey, and they heard you too. Hey, don't worry about that, big dog. You never feel that again.
Hey,
you'll never feel that
all
again.
These people here, we're getting rid of them. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
So yeah, so I'm trying to think of a Broncos game that's been that important. The last one I could think of, the Super Bowl that they won. Were low scoring and they beat Carolina Panthers because Peyton Manning sucked that season. And I'm like, every time he gets the ball to throw it, it could be a potential turnover. Yeah, it was stressful, but it wasn't as stressful as I like the Cubs game, or I'm guessing the Ohio. When it comes down to a kick like that, yeah, that's like the worst. But hey, it worked out in your favor. Someone blew the ball, just enough. Well, he shanked it, didn't he?
Who was that? Oh, the kicker? Yeah, he did. Yeah. And the best thing about that kick, the best thing about the kick is he shanked it so fast that it was no tension. And the ball came off his foot. The ball came off his foot. And it's like, oh my God.
Yeah, man. Instant. It's like, oh, we good.
Oh man, that was the best part about that kick for me because I'm like, oh, that's not going anywhere. Oh man, because I hate those ones that go and then fade or they go in. It's like, oh, that's too much.
Or a double
that's
doink.
Too fucking much.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I had the memes, the pictures, and everything ready for when Georgia lost.
I bet you did, man.
I was ready. Did. I was going to call it the curse of Pele. I was like, this is what you get. You got Pele killed, and now your Georgia Bulldogs are dead. This is on you, but it didn't happen.
Oh my gosh.
I quickly deleted all the evidence. So, but look, listen, man, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for the Bulldogs. I'm glad they're in it. I'm glad it's an SEC team. But I am intrigued that TCU is in it because that's not the norm. That's not what we've seen from the college playoff. So, I mean, I guess the story is more intriguing than anything, than the actual game. Because I'm not going to watch the game. I might watch some highlights.
Really? You're not going to watch the national championship, bro?
That's what I'm saying.
But what if you get a chance to see us lose? You're missing out.
Then I'll tune in the last quarter or whatever. I don't need to watch the whole game for that.
Hey, but if it looks like if it looks gonna be a blowout, I'm just never gonna hear from you about it. All right, I know. That's how you guys do. That's how the group chat works, right? When we're up, nobody says a word. That's how it works, right? When your team's doing well and you're whipping somebody's ass, nobody's saying shit. You're down bad, you're losing, all of a sudden everybody in the group chat's pinging in with memes and shit.
Hey, that's life. We're just reminding you of life, sir. Man. We're just reminding you of life. We're doing this for you. We're making sure or for y'all, since there's so many of y'all in the group, we'll just make sure y'all don't lose sight of real life. So we remind you when your team's down, hey, not only were they were down colossally, like the Broncos when they lost 51-14 2 weeks ago, you know?
Yeah, well, we've had a lot of fun at the expense of Russell Wilson and the Denver Broncos. We really have. It's been a blast. All right, all the let Russ cook means, man. It's like a hot dog with some cereal, all that stuff, dog. It's too fucking funny. It's too funny to stay away from.
That's too funny.
God,
the hot dog. This is what
man.
Russ is cooking. Oh, you heard Patrick Starr from SpongeBob make fun of so Nickelodeon's been streaming games, which I think is pretty cool to get kids involved in football.
Yes.
Good thing it wasn't the Buffalo game though, because that was just a terrible thing to watch. I don't even know why I brought that up, but Russell Wilson throws the interception, and Patrick Starr is commentating. He's like, "Oh, I don't think that's what he was cooking," and I was like, "Oh, come on, Patrick, you can't do that." But I had since been stopped watching the games, so it was like, oh, they lost 51-14. Cool. What else is going on? Hey, listen, I got a lot more time on my hands to do activities and whatnot since the Broncos suck. So it's a win-win. But yeah, your Bulldogs. I guess I'm just more invested in the story of TCU being there, taking down the mighty Bulldogs just to see. Because I don't watch Conor McGregor fights to watch him win. I watch him lose.
You watch him. Hey, it's a Floyd Mayweather thing, right? Everybody's here to watch him lose. All right.
Yeah, exactly. I'm 100% here to watch.
And he never loses, and everybody walks away mad.
Yeah. So I appreciate how he fights because I think I brought it up before. The Mosley fight is when I realized, oh, this dude is really great.
Yeah.
Because Floyd was just playing around with him, and then he got knocked down in like the second round, I think, and then Floyd just completely obliterated Mosley for the rest of the fight, and he had that lumped up face, and it was bad. I was like, okay, so Floyd, he's different.
He's the real deal, man. He's the real deal.
Yeah, but he also beats up his girlfriend, so I don't care either way.
He does that too. But hey, we'd be remiss to talk about sports right now without talking about DeMar Hamlin, of course.
Right. Yes.
It was obviously very sad. But luckily,
scary.
He's back.
Yeah.
He's back. He's good. He's actually talking now. He's been video chatting with the team all day. That is great news.
Right.
And the only thing I gotta say to anybody that watches football is, what the fuck do you think you're watching when you watch football? It's my biggest beef with football fans are how careless they are for what those guys do. They don't understand that they're playing the game in which you can fucking die. You can die playing that game. Like that's a dangerous fucking game, man.
Right.
I was telling a friend today about Jason Taylor told that fucking scary ass story on
about his leg
show. Yeah, about his leg.
Yeah.
He almost lost his leg, and this kind of stuff happens all the time, man. We normally don't have to see it. Yeah. But this time it was on the screen, man. He's laying there for 9 minutes. They're trying to wake that man up and resuscitate him. So it kind of hits you a bit differently. But yeah, man, a lot of NFL fans are very flippant about players because they so-called make a lot of money.
Right.
But not all those guys make that kind of money. And it was like that guy have you seen that clip from the guy going around from the Cleveland podcast, that Cleveland radio show, talking about, how much money DeMar Hamlin has actually made versus how much money he will need, especially after this incident?
Right. No, I haven't seen that.
Well, he just broke down DeMar's contract, and the guy's not making. Hey, this isn't a millionaire here, right? This guy hasn't made millions of dollars, right? He's in the second year of his contract. He's a third round draft pick. He's making, I think, maybe $400K this year. And I think he had like a $50,000 bonus or something like that, man.
Right.
But he's just not some millionaire, right? This isn't some pampered dude that hasn't made once he gets done playing football. He has to go and earn his millions, but he may not get a chance to now because of this. Because I don't know if I can play again after that. I don't know if I can go out there and do it again. I have no idea. Hey, matter of fact, I'll call it right now. I'd never play again.
Right. Yeah.
Listen. If DeMar can if DeMar can find the courage and the heart to go do it again, man, he's a braver man than me. But I don't think I could.
Yeah,
I don't think I could. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, I don't think I would. But like you just mentioned financial. Listen, I 100% think that the Bills organization is gonna make sure he's good. I it's like when well, not injury wise, but remember the guy from Cincinnati, his daughter had cancer, and like
Yes.
he wasn't a
Yes. Yes. Yes.
starter or
Yes.
anything, but
Yep.
they took care of him. His people started buying his jerseys to to help financially and all that. Uh, the NFL community when they band together, it could be a beautiful thing. Also
It can.
it could be a negative as well. But
A lot of the guys a lot of the stuff goes unseen.
Yeah.
So people don't get taken care of, man.
Right.
And that sucks. Right.
Right. I'm hoping that he gets taken care of. And I honestly do believe it.
This was too high profile. I think that kid.
You remember
I think they're gonna take care of that kid.
You remember the Bills player that got paralyzed on the field years ago?
I don't remember that.
I forget his name, but I'm trying to not sound mean when I say it. But he's still involved with the organization. He's still paralyzed from like the neck down. But I want to say, man, I'm saying they roll him out every now and then because he's in a wheelchair and it's and all that. But he's still a part of the team. I'm pretty sure he's somewhat taken care of. I don't know if it's by the organization or what, but especially this day and age, I honestly believe the Bills, if not the organization, someone from the organization, either teammates, he's going to be financially good until he gets back to where he needs to. And contract wise, this is the business side of things. PR wise, it just wouldn't look good to like cut him or anything.
It looked terrible. You can't cut him.
Yeah.
Oh God.
I'm pretty sure whatever his physical status is, he's getting that paycheck. And that's how it should be. Like that, hey, it is a dangerous sport. And hey, we'll take care of you when stuff like this happens. And from my knowledge, this is the first time this has happened on a NFL stage. Now I saw a game earlier in college football because I do peek in every now and then. I don't remember the team or the situation, but a player got injured on the field, and it was taking a while. And they actually called the parent from the stands. They called him out of the stands to ride in the back of the ambulance with him. And I was like, wow, I've never seen that before. And like, I hope it's not, hey, you might want to come with your kid right. But I didn't really hear much afterwards about it. So I'm hoping the story ended well. But
it kind of relates to the UGA game, the Georgia versus Ohio State game. Ohio State's best receiver got knocked out of the game. And a lot of people thought it was targeting. The refs looked at it. They picked the flag up. I didn't think it was targeting, but yes, it was a very hard hit.
Right.
It was shoulder to shoulder, knocked the kid out for a couple of seconds. He woke up, he went to the bench, and the team doctors decided he couldn't play again. But and listen, you got a lot of fans on Twitter mad at the coaching staff and the medical staff because they're saying, well, the kid said he was good to go. The kid said he was good to go. It's like, hey man, that dude went to sleep. We all saw it. He wasn't good to go. Yeah. All right. He's just a really tough young man, but he wasn't good to go. Okay. He's just a really tough kid. Okay. That's all. He wasn't good though. He went to bed. We all saw it. Like he went to sleep like 2 seconds.
Right.
Right. So when I see fans like with that sort of behavior, man, it really strikes me a certain way, man, because I'm just like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if people really understand. Like, we think we do. And like, we see stuff like DeMar, and then we do the thing where it's like thoughts and prayers, but then we go back to the games, right?
Right.
And we don't really care much else about what else, right? We don't want to be reminded of how dangerous this shit is. We're all having fun. And part of me understands that, but you should still humanize the people on the field and understand that when they have injuries, especially with the head stuff that we know now, because this is the thing, it ties in with Tua, right? The head injury.
Yeah.
It's like, listen, man, these guys are just really tough. They're tougher than most of us. So a lot of times they're going to tell you they're okay. They're going to say it
Yeah.
because it's one of those sports, right, to where it's like a band of brothers and you fight for your brother next to you, right? It's that military shit that they
Yeah.
wove into pro sports. But that dude's not good. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes you gotta take a helmet away from a young man and say, sit down, man, you're not playing.
Right.
And live with the result, right? If it's in a championship game, oh well, right?
Yeah.
We got to take care of this person, right? This is important, right? The people that play the game are important. It's weird how humans can do that, like how we can compartmentalize, right? Like you'll put a guy in mortal danger if it's a championship game. It's like, wait a minute. It's still a game, right? It's still a
Yeah.
game. Okay, it's a championship game. Sure, I heard what you said, but it's still a game. Okay, well, how about let's not put him in danger? How about
Right. Yeah.
that? It doesn't matter that much. I promise you it doesn't.
Yeah. But look, I consider myself pretty detached from sports and entertainment, getting like personally invested in players or anyone really that I don't personally know. But I still understand what they're doing and things like that. So because empathy and all that. I don't think it's that hard
Yeah.
to either try to put yourself in one of the people's shoes, either as the parent, the player, or whatever. But like a lot of people use sports and entertainment to get away from that. They want to live in a world of disbelief, and when they're yelling at a TV or typing on a keyboard, they can say their opinion and believe that it's doing something, believe that it means something, and completely detach their mind from you have no say in anything that's going on. Besides buying jerseys or tickets and stuff like that. And a lot of the monies don't even come from that. It comes from, TV deals and stuff like that. But people, I don't know, people kind of, I don't want to say they need that, but some people do. They need to feel like my way of thinking is the right way of thinking. And if I don't get a response from this entertainment, then that means I'm right because no one's telling me otherwise. Like, if you get what I'm saying.
Nobody's telling me I'm wrong.
Yeah. Hey, me and my boys were sitting on the couch and we all agreed that he should still be in the game. No one's telling me that's wrong because we're all together and we're shouting at a TV,
Yeah,
but
we're
in
shouting at the
reality,
TV.
that player doesn't know you exist. So, we put ourselves in these, our own little bubbles and worlds and we write the story however we want. And that's just how people are. A lot of people need that. If it comes in the form of forcing your ideals on a person in a game that you'll never meet and never have any interaction with, then that's just how it goes. But yeah, what they do is ridiculous on the field or on the court. All this stuff, like the stuff LeBron is doing at 38 or 39, is ridiculous.
It's miraculous. People don't appreciate how rare that is. They really don't.
They don't. And this is why I don't know. I feel I know I'm becoming more negative than I have been in the past because when Kobe Bryant passed away, I
say join me on this side. Feels good. The water's warm.
Right. Well, that means you peed in it. When Kobe Kobe Bryant passed away, for like a good few months, it was let's give roses to the people while they're still here. Let's not just talk down. Let's not wait. And for a while, that was a thing. And then that eventually went away. And now it's back to the same stuff of, this guy's a bum. Yeah. This guy's no good. And I'm like, hold on now. We don't know what's going to happen. Like, I was all for it. And then they just went back to, whatever, this guy sucks. So like, no, this guy will be the worst player in the NBA will be better at you at basketball at any point in your life.
Well,
Like
that's the thing. Well,
it's
thank you. Okay, you just hit on something right there. You just hit on something very, very, and you were nice about it. All right, you're very nice about it, and I appreciate that. But these people are better at what they do than you will be at anything you ever do. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Like, and so for you to, I think I heard one guy say the best. It's very poetic. He said, being a talk radio host is weird because it requires me to speak down on the accomplishments of better men. And it was sort of like, yeah, he's absolutely right. But I was shocked he said it because most sports radio hosts, they never examine that part of it. But yeah, but like when you and this is the whole ecosphere, right? Like we're all it's like that's why I told myself I was gonna getting myself dragged into the LeBron versus MJ debates and stuff like that. Because what happens is people try to win arguments, and then eventually you just start to like shit on another guy's legacy, who's done things that you've only dreamed about. And it just feels bad. Like I don't want to be that person. Like, listen, we all grow up dreaming of fucking being able to fly like Michael Jordan. Who the hell am I to knock Michael Jordan's legacy on a basketball court, right? I may not like him personally or whatever, right? Whoever it is you're talking about. But yeah, a lot of people, when they talk about these athletes, man, they just, man, I think, because I was talking to a friend and we were talking about Stetson Bennett. And he's like, well, what's Stetson going to be? Is he going to get drafted? I was like, yeah, I think Stetson Bennett's going to get drafted, and I think he's going to be a backup quarterback. He's like, well, why'd you just shit on him? I said, what do you mean? Damn, he's going to be a backup? I'm like, yeah, he's going to be a backup quarterback in the best professional league of football in the world.
Right.
He won. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, hey, listen, you got to examine the way you look at a backup. Because a backup quarterback in the NFL is still a hell of a quarterback. It's just that the 32 dudes that start, they're supermen. Like, that's what you guys don't get. Like, the people that do that stuff at a high level, like Hall of Famers, like, hey, man, those are gods, all right? Like, Patrick Mahomes. It's like when I get mad at fans, too, when they get mad at the team because the team don't have a Mahomes or a Rodgers at quarterback. It's like, hey, that's a god, man. That's a sports god, all right? They don't make, those people don't grow on trees. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, he's not Aaron Rodgers. Well, fucking, who the fuck is Aaron Rodgers?
Right, exactly.
Come on.
Yeah.
So fans dump on these guys when they can't live up to like their own, because they don't understand. It goes back to this. They don't understand how good these people are at what they do. Even the ones that don't start, even the ones that aren't stars.
Right.
They are obnoxiously good at what they do.
Right.
And you can't wrap your head around it. And that's why you talk so frivolously about another guy's accomplishments.
Right. And then you got people on TV and radio who backs it up. They're like, this guy's a bum. It's like, hold on, Skip.
This guy's a bum.
All these people.
Hold on.
Like, it's like every time Stephen A talks bad about a dude, I always see the meme of y'all talking bad about Stephen A, but y'all don't realize he got more college points than Kobe Bryant, even though Kobe never went to college. And then it shows a picture of Stephen A. Smith, and he averaged like 1.5 points in like 5 games that he played.
Yeah,
it's like, but hey, he's been around locker rooms, so he's allowed to just shit on and all this stuff about these players. I'm like, and
look, and I'll be honest, our takes on that matter, that doesn't make for good TV, right?
Right.
But that's also why I stopped watching that TV, because like I hadn't watched ESPN in a very long time. I don't watch those debate shows anymore because A, it's phony. B, I don't think it's cool to watch people shit on better men. Yeah. Like I don't really find it to be cool no more, right? But as a younger person, I would watch like First Take and Cold Pizza, and I was all into it, man, the debate stuff of it all. But I think ESPN's really kind of been complicit in ruining sports debate. Because now it's like either you were an all-time great or you were a bum. It's so weird. Like when I tell people all the
It's
time,
very weird.
I love Matt Ryan. He's not a Hall of Famer. And they're like, why are you shitting on Matt Ryan? I'm like, what? I'm not shitting on Matt Ryan. He's not a Hall of Famer.
Right.
Fucking great player. Fucking tremendous player. Love him to death. Not a Hall of Famer. Not. Okay? Let's put it all into context. He fell short a couple of times in which you can't fall short when you're talking about building that resume, right? When we're talking about a resume of what makes a Hall of Famer. But that doesn't mean he's not a fucking great fucking player. I didn't call him a bum.
Right.
I said he wasn't a Hall of Famer. I didn't shit on anybody. Like, wait a minute.
That's just people absorbing what they see and hear. Because that's exactly what the discussions are.
That's the ESPNization of sports.
Yeah.
That's like the rings culture, the ESPNization of sports, or debate culture. Because first of all, it's not debate. No one's debating because you guys aren't. This isn't point for point. You guys are trying to win an argument, so you just start saying shit. I heard one guy legitimately. I had one guy legitimately try to make an argument that LeBron James wasn't a top 10 all-time guy. I was like, hey man, I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you.
Right.
Like, I'm not going to talk to you.
Yeah.
Right. Because you're just trying to do a weird argument thing, and I'm not interested in that, man. You sound like a moron. Like, come on.
Yeah. Like, listen, I'm all for people having different opinions and all that, but there's just some things that should be more obvious than others, like LeBron being top 10. I got him number 2, to be honest.
I have him at number 2 as well.
Right. Yeah. Like, and
top 2, top 3, whatever. Right.
Yeah. And to be honest, if I was born 10 years later or 15 years later, I'd probably have him at number 1. I'm stuck on the Michael Jordan thing. I witnessed some of it. Yeah. I witnessed some of that. And hey, it was different. So like it's hard. It would be hard for me. But look, by the time LeBron retires, whenever that is, because I know he's older. To me, he's still in his prime. When you putting up 28, 6-6 or whatever at the age of 38, 39,
it's dumb.
Like you're still.
If LeBron James existed outside of the social media ecosystem, if this were maybe 15, 20 years ago, people would get it a little bit more for what they're seeing, because this is stupid.
Right. Yeah.
He's 38 years old.
I think he just had a birthday. Didn't he just have a birthday?
I think he did. I think he just turned 38.
Oh, okay.
Hey, this is nuts what we're seeing from LeBron. This is hey, same thing, Tom Brady. This is vampire shit, man. This is normal, man. Like, what 45. The fuck is this? Like, I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at right now?
And he's probably going to come back for another season. It's like
he's probably going to do another year, and he's probably going to be pretty good.
Listen, he's divorced now, and he's like, man,
I know.
Listen,
look, he's divorced now. It might have been the worst day for the league.
Yeah, listen, I hope he finds happiness and all that. But for the longest, a lot of people heard his wife really wants him to retire. Like a decade ago, she's been wanting this. Now, and listen, I'm not trying to make this into a good thing, because separate from your kids and all that. It sucks. But now you telling me you got a unhinged Tom Brady?
Yes.
I'm actually looking forward to what he does next season. Just to see how different it is. It would be.
I know, bro. That's where we're at, bro.
Right.
That's where we're at. It's like, okay, he'll be back next year.
Right.
This is nuts. Yeah, this is unprecedented. This is crazy. What am I watching? Like, this is legitimate vampire shit. Like, what is wrong with this dude? Why is he still? How are you still good at playing football? Like, how can you throw an out route at 45 years old? What the fuck is that?
And then, like we were just saying, people shit on him. Oh, he's having a down year. He's I will take this down year from Tom Brady over Russell Wilson. Are you kidding me? Like,
yes.
Russell Wilson has. I don't know how we got back to Russell Wilson, but it was a rough season for him. I wish my quarterback had Tom Brady stats this season. Broncos would be in the playoffs. Like,
yeah.
But it's whatever.
It's legitimately this is nuts. What you're seeing from Tom Brady and LeBron James, like this is
Tom
not
Brady,
normal.
LeBron, those tennis players that are still going, was it Nadal
Yeah, yeah.
and
Those
all them? It was like,
vampires.
y'all,
Yeah,
Venus is still going. It's like
yeah.
y'all in your 40s. Like, it's okay. Like, there's nothing more they can do to establish how great they are. So to me, it's like they're just playing because they really
do love it.
really enjoy it, or they really want, or they just don't know how to function without it. Because
Yeah.
there's no reason to keep going. Brady, he got 7 rings, my guy. Like,
There's no reason. There's
you've
no
been
reason
to
to keep doing
10
this.
Super Bowls. Stop.
Hey, who are you doing this for?
Yeah, it's like,
There's no reason
stop,
for
man.
it.
But hey, that's the current culture we live in. You shit on people, and that's how you get likes and ratings and all that. And
Yeah, and the funnier you can shit on a guy, the better it is for everybody. It sucks, man. I don't know what it's legitimately like. I don't watch like the shows and stuff. Like the only sports show I watch is probably College Game Day, and that's because they do a good job of at least humanizing the stories a bit.
yeah,
The debate stuff, like I have podcasts I listen to, but like that ESPN debate stuff, that hot take stuff, that fucking Shannon Sharp, Skip Bayless stuff, it's not interesting.
oh
Like
man,
it's
Skip.
nothing. It's Skip Bayless is the worst about it.
I think Skip and Stephen A. They should get back together. I honestly feel the same way
That's
towards
the
both of
natural
them.
conclusion to this. That's the
Yeah, because
natural.
Skip, when he shitted on Shannon Sharp
He did to boost
because,
up Tom Brady.
yeah, like, what the hell are you doing? Shannon's like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm in the
Yeah,
Hall of Fame. I'm one of the greatest tight ends ever.
I
Like,
won't lie. It hurt Shannon deeply, and I was hurt for him because he's
yeah,
right. Because
yeah,
what he internalized is, wait a minute. So in order to win a this fake debate, you'd rather assassinate my accomplishments to help boost up the accomplishments of another guy so you can win an argument? What kind of
right.
shit is that, man? Like, wait a
That's
minute.
Skip.
But that's how poisonous this stuff is.
Yeah,
It's not good.
it's
This
not.
is not good. Like, knock it off, you know.
Yeah, and
It's the
then I don't know. You heard about Dana White smacking up his wife?
Yes, I have heard about that. Yep.
Have you heard the First Take debate on it?
Oh God, what are you debating?
Oh my gosh, it's so
What are you
bad. It's
debating?
so the UFC and ESPN are in a big deal with each other.
They
So
got a partnership. Mm-hmm.
you know they're not going to talk bad about it. But normally, if someone's caught smacking up their wife, Stephen A. and all them, they're quick to say, "Hey, this guy got to go." But the
Yeah.
way they worded stuff, man, it was like they were making him the victim almost. They're like, "Listen,
Oh
we love Dana
no.
White, and we hope they figure it out. He has a lovely family and all that." And I'm like, "Hold on now, this is
What?
not." I It was so weird, man. It was so weird. And then that was it. It was like, oh, that's it. We talked about it. We don't need to talk about it anymore. It is
Boy,
so weird.
that's bad. That's really
Yeah.
bad.
But hey, listen, we need
Look,
to make our own
let's
show.
think about ESPN, right?
Yeah.
ESPN long ago they didn't want to be like a journalistic empire or
Right.
journalistic entity. They just want to be sports. We just want to bring you the games and connect you to your favorite athletes or whatever. So we don't really want to criticize and like pick through the stuff.
Right.
We just want to bring you the games. Don't examine it, right? Don't
Right.
examine any of the stuff going around with it. And that requires a bit of soul selling for a second. But at the same time, I don't like this, but as a business entity, they're right because nobody cares.
And that's
Nobody
been
cares.
my point for many
Yeah.
years, that no one really
Nobody,
cares.
yeah. Nobody cares. So yeah, that's why you see your media fighting like, okay, you guys don't care, so we won't cover it.
Right. Yeah, because it's UFC. It's not like, I mean, listen, let's be honest here. UFC and boxing.
I mean, come on, like, yeah, these
kind of expect the worst.
Yeah, these aren't These aren't the best of us here. Yeah.
Conor McGregor threw a dolly through a bus window with injured fighters in UFC, and it
Yep.
was used as a promotion. Like, oh yeah, look at
Yes.
this guy, he's crazy. And it's
He's
like,
crazy.
oh okay, so
Yep.
it's but I don't know. That's just how the world is, and we do things currently. But hey, I think we did pretty good here. We talked about the dogs. We talked about less riding. We talked about a lot of good stuff here.
Okay. So on the closeout, one last thing before we close out.
Yeah.
Look, that's kind of why, like, as much as the Russell Wilson stuff is funny, at the same time, some of it's like, okay, now we're bullying. He's having a bad year. Maybe we should ease up. But then the other meme comes, another hot dog and cereal meme comes by. I laugh again. I just fucking can't help it.
Yeah, that hot dog and the cereal. Listen, when early in the season, I wasn't having it. I'm like, that's just not funny. But now I'm like,
with all that being said, let Russell Wilson cook memes are still funny. All right.
Yeah, but
I'm sorry, Russell. I'm sorry. It's funny. I laugh every time.
I think next year, you know what? No, yeah. Next year it'll be. I think it'll be different with a if we get the right people in there to play Russell's
I hope,
game.
because it can't get much worse.
You say that, but the Broncos currently have 4 wins. They can. This is if they finish the season 4 and 12, 13. I think it is now. That'd be this is the worst they've ever done. It's only 4 wins. So it'd be and with the extra game, it'll be a worse winning percentage. So this would be the worst season ever, and we don't get our first round pick. So it's whatever. Hey, big props to Pete Carroll. But yeah, I think that's good.
Carroll, you're a monster. You're a crook.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Stick them up. All right.
And, okay. My last thing about sports, real quick. And another reason I don't really like college football because of the politics. Like the fact that a person couldn't sign their name on anything because I know that name now belongs to us, the school, the entity of the NCAA. It just pissed me off too much, and I think that's so stupid. And because it was that. It was pulling on that band so much, it snapped, and now we got the NIL, and everything's going haywire, and I love it. Because
I love the NIL. I love it. They did to it. Yes, they did to themselves. I love NIL. I love it. It's so good. It's so good for the sport. It's so good for those kids.
Right.
It is.
It's like I'm sorry, I can't give you a ride home because I'm your coach, and that would be against the rules. I'm sorry, you don't have money to feed your family. I'm sorry, I can't give you $1.25 for a cheeseburger at McDonald's. That's so stupid to me.
That's against the rules.
So yeah. So I think I wrote them off a while ago. So, but yeah, that's
we did good, man. Hanging on topic today. You know, we get a little ADD sometimes, and we can do some other things, and we can. You know, I'm pretty sure we just did one. We didn't do anything. All right, we just talked.
Yeah, we stayed.
Listen, we stayed. That last episode, we're just gonna rename it "Talking."
Yeah, talking. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, hey, look, them general talks them be the best ones sometimes.
That's true. All right, man. It was good catching up with you. I like. You know, we wallowed around in some of your pain. That was fun, and I got a chance to celebrate a little bit. You know, that was fun. You know,
I'm gonna edit that part out.
It's been good. It's been good.
Bringing up my pain, yeah. Listen. I don't. There was no need for that. I said I hope. I said nothing but positive things to you, sir, about your dogs and all that. I hope.
Yeah, but you're rooting against us, so you know.
I'm rooting against. Listen, if y'all could tie, that's what I want, but you can't. So. Either way, I'm going to win.
Like my Pop Warner coach say, tying is like kissing your sister. And with that, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead. What's that button at? Here we go.